What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to give my thoughts on Kirk Cousins' press conference. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to give my thoughts on Kirk Cousins' press conference today. As you guys know, Kirk Cousins did speak to the media at mini camps today. And the first thing that stood out to me just viewing this press conference is that Kirk Cousins is a true leader and a true professional. You've seen him answering questions from the media. We know that this isn't Kirk Cousins' first rodeo. He's been a quarterback that's been in the league for over a decade now. But they asked him numerous questions about Michael Penix being drafted in the first round. He was asked questions about the tampering investigation that's going on right now with the Atlanta Falcons and the NFL. And to me, he answered those questions to the best of his ability. But it stood out to me that he's a great leader. In this press conference, he talked about, wanting to elevate his teammates, guys like Drake London, guys like Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, and Tyler Algier. He talked about Michael Penix and basically them learning from each other in the quarterback room. And he didn't make it about himself. And great leaders are force multipliers. And that's what I want out of that quarterback position, and out of my leader is a guy that's going to make everyone around them better. And you heard that today in the press conference with Kirk Cousins. He did make it about himself. He did state, that he's a true competitor. And we've seen throughout his career, his football life, he talked about having to compete at the University of Michigan State with Nick Foles for that starting role there. We know when he came into the league, he also battled it out with Robert Griffin III when they both were drafted in the same draft class. And he's had to prove himself throughout his career, whether it was with the Washington Redskins at the time where they were franchise tagging him, or whether it was him finally being signed and getting that big contract with the Minnesota Vikings. So I really feel like having Michael Penix on this team is only going to take Kirk Cousins' game to the next level and elevate his game even more, because Kirk Cousins have been doubted pretty much throughout his whole career. He's used to competing at the highest level. He's used to not having anything given to him. He isn't one of those guys that's entitled and just thinks that, everything is going to be handed to him. And he talked about that in his press conference today, that sometimes he just sits back and listens, and that he called some former NFL players, quarterbacks that switched teams late in their career. And he basically talked about, those guys telling him that he sometimes needs to be quiet and just sit back because he's in a new organization, that he needs to figure out how things are ran at Flowery Branch and with the Falcons organization. So I really think that Kirk Cousins is one of those guys that's extremely humble. And I really think that he's going to have a really good season with the Atlanta Falcons this year, but mainly because he's one of those guys that has earned everything that he's been given. So he's not one of those guys that's coming into this locker room assuming that guys are going to follow him as the leader of the team, because he hasn't earned the stripes with this Atlanta Falcons team. So everything that I've heard so far, in that press conference and just in general since Kirk Cousins has signed with the team, is he wants to prove, the Atlanta Falcons right for giving him that big contract. And he also wants to prove himself right, with the Minnesota Vikings not wanting to give him the money that he deserved and that he had earned. So I definitely think that he's going to be a great leader for this team. I definitely feel like there's been a void with our Atlanta Falcons since Matt Ryan left the team when he was traded. I really feel like there's been a void of having that locker room leader as far as from the quarterback side of things on the offensive side of the ball. And I definitely think that Kirk Cousins will be able to add some stability at that quarterback position and add that stability in the locker room. So with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. You guys give me your thoughts on Kirk Cousins' press conference today. But with that being said, I have a lot more coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.